Hello, my name is Victor Ortega, and I have here some of my classmates. We have a very cool dynamic in which we are going to present each other and our experience and have some question to know each other and share our positive interaction with others, how we feel and how we can change our point of view. We're going to divide our meeting in three sections. So now I want to introduce yourself. So please, Andrea, this is our first round to get acquired each other. So please tell us your name and three words that or phrases that describe your background.
Okay, so hi, my name is Andrea, and the three words that describe my background are adaptation, respect, and being thankful. These are important to me because no matter what you do, you need to be thankful and grateful for what you have and what other people have done to you, and to adapt to any situation that arises you to life to be able to overcome it.
Thank you. Okay, Sandra, can you please tell us your name?
Yeah, hi, my name is Sandra Odet. If my background were to be summarized in three words, it would be adaptation, resilience, and self-work, because they represent a fundamental part of my childhood and the house I grew up in, along with the big help that therapy has represented for me since I was a teenager.
Oh, thank you very much. Edgar, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Edgar Morales Etienne, and the three words that could describe my background are variety, differences, and union, since all of my family members come from different places all around the country.
Okay, thank you. And Andres, please.
Yeah, sure. My name is Andres, and the three words that describe me are creative, adventurous, and friendly. This is because I like to meet a lot of new people and doing new stuff.
Thank you. And finally, well, my name is Victor Ortega, and to summarize my background in three words, I would say that responsibility and adaptation and effort are the most important for me because they define me as I am and because it defines me and continues to shape me to this day. Okay, so we are going to start the second round, intercultural competences. So anyone and each of you have to answer this question. What is the most positive interaction you have with a person who is different from you, and what made this such a positive experience? And describe a time when you realized you believe in a stereotype that was not true. What happened and what is your metaphor for your own experience? So please, we are going to start with Andres.
Yeah, sure. Well, once I had a friend that used to love sports and was really good in football. And first, I didn't believe it because he was from the US, and normally they have the stereotypes that they're really bad in soccer. But the thing is that he was really good. And the thing is that I learned a lot from him because he was a very resilient person and he was very empathic too. So sometimes you only have to listen to other people and never judge them by the cover of the book.
Okay, next experience. Thank you. Please, Edgar.
So one of the most positive interactions that I've had with a person who was different from me, it was a friend who came from Chiapas, and the thing that made it such a positive experience is what it was that he was the first person that I met from that southern state in Mexico, and yeah, that was I didn't know how they were, how they or their way of thinking. So it was a really positive experience to get to know a person from my own country, but from the southern part instead of the northern part of the country.
Yeah, thank you. Please, Sandra, can you share your experience?
Yeah, one of the most positive interactions I've had was when I went to a concert of an artist that I didn't know anything about, with a high school friend that came from another state. And we were just the both of us because our third friend, our friend in common, had canceled. And she was very different from me because she had different tastes in everything, from music to art to academic subjects. And it was very cool because I could learn a lot from her and enjoy every minute of the concert, even if our mutual friend wasn't there.
Thank you. And finally, Andrea, well, not finally, but Andrea, please.
Okay, so one of my most positive interactions are with my best friend when she has any problems, because she has made me look that everything happens for a reason. So the way she thinks is a very positive way, because she doesn't like tend to do things faster than me. So she takes the time to analyze all the stuff and know how to being positive to the situation. So I really like that about her.
Thank you. And finally, my positive experience that I had with someone who was outside my social and ethnic circle was in Puerto Rico. In fact, there were many of them, but the one that marked me the most were several times that made me feel happy about that. I was wearing, since many foreigners from the US saw my clothes and hats and that I used to wear, and they told me how cool I looked. So, and how I used sport things. They told me about their team and that I was going to their team. So I always believed that US or Americans and foreigners did not like Mexicans, that they believe that we are thieves or bad people, or that we were only going to take away their jobs. But I was wrong. Many people with whom I spoke and are still contact tell me that Mexico is the best country ever, and that they will like to visit or come back to get and know our culture. And I can say, as a metaphor that resembles what I experience, is when you try something that you know, like something new, you don't try to use it because you won't know if you like it. But when you dare and take the leap of faith, is when you realize uh, what you are missing. And thank you for all your experience. We are facing now the third round, the debriefing and discussion questions. So I'm going to ask you, what is the memorable to you in what you heard, and what did surprise you of all the experience of us, and what challenged you in the stories you heard. So please, Sandra, can you start?
Yeah, sure. I think what surprised me the most was how everyone has a story, uh, either positive or negative, about being with other people that are different from you, and how we all have different backgrounds. And it's important to hear the stories of people who come from different backgrounds than us, because it represents cultural diversity, and it's important to take into account in order to know people, and to know that there's not really anyone who's like boring, because everyone has different experiences that they could share with everyone. And it was really interesting to hear how we all think certain things about certain groups that are not necessarily true, and how this is impacted by the media and everything we consume around us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Please, Edgar, can you continue?
So as Sandra said, it's impressive how not only in this group, but every single person around campus and at the university or even around the city has his or her own story about how he or her met another person from another country or even from another state inside our own country. And it's impressive how everyone has their own experiences and how everyone approaches this new experience in a very different way. And what surprised me the most was Andres' experience, because me as well, I thought that in the US, soccer wasn't like one of the most popular sports, but it actually is. I had an experience with another friend who came from West Virginia, and I thought that his favorite sport was either football or basketball, but he actually liked soccer the most. So it was a pretty nice experience, and it's really nice to share these kind of experiences and to talk with another person who also experienced the same kind of situation. So yeah, that's what I feel.
Thank you. Andres, please.
Yeah, sure. well, it's memorable to know that everyone here is willing to change. And I think all of us have some stereotypes first, and somehow we find out to be more adaptable and to learn from the others and empathize and understand their situation and their background. And that's what diversity is, to be willing to understand the others and be okay with it and be happy with it and live with it. And from my point of view, I think it's really cool that all of us made it somehow.
Thank you. And Andrea, please.
Yeah, so for me, it's like amazing how everyone in this room has like, or has deal with any stereotype. Like, because when I also had an experience when I went to Switzerland, that they said that Mexico was a very loud place, and I always thought that Switzerland was like a very quiet one. So when I get to know the people that live there, I realized that they weren't that way. So I really like how us as a society we can tend to overcome all that situations that comes into our lives. And I really like that because diversity, it is like meant to be for that, and how we can relate to other people nationalities and the cultural diversity.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that from all your experience and all that you shared to us and we shared together, I take away all the resilience and effort that you make every day by day, and how people can change your life and the experience can change your life. So I will take that for me. And to summarize and to conclude our dynamic in the I want to thank you, all of you, for this talk together, and where we realize each of our experience. And I hope you can improve this and you can improve as a people and as a community. And thank you very much. That would be for it.
Thank you.